Alright guys, so we're going to start off today showing you how to use the Geoboard software. So when you click the link on the website, it opens up this Geoboard site, and to get a rubber band on the board, you're going to click it and drag it to where you want to start. When you click the rubber band, it'll go taut, and now you can start creating your piece. So say I wanted to do a rectangle that is 3 by 5, so 3 this way, 1, 2, 3, and 5 this way, so we'll grab the corner again. Oh, I want to grab the side actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then of course we want to make it into a rectangle shape. So we're going to bring up the corner. Now I want you guys to calculate the perimeter and area. So perimeter, you're just going to count around the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, blah, blah, blah. Count it all up. And if you find a shortcut, you're going to want to use that. And you're going to write it down. Write down your perimeter on your paper. You're going to do the same with the area. Count the squares that's filling up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you find a shortcut for that, you can use that as well. Those are going to be your estimate values you're going to write down. After you write down your estimates, you're going to click the Measure tool. That will tell you the actual area and perimeter. So the perimeter on this one was 16. The area was 15 square units. You're going to do that with each shape. To reset the geoboard back, you're going to click Reset right here. Now, it's easier to do that on shapes that are rectangular in nature, but what about one that is a triangle? It's a little bit harder to estimate the perimeter and the area because we're not working with entire lengths of one. We're going to have to kind of estimate how much that is. Same with the squares. We're not working with complete squares anymore, so we're going to have to estimate. So do your best to estimate. If you're really getting stuck, let me know. Call me over, and I'll show you some strategies for how we might be able to do that. And then once you get your estimates down, go over and click Measure, and it gives us the actual area and perimeter. Okay, so that's how we use the Geoboard software. Alright guys, so the second part of the assignment is to work with cutting rectangles in half, and it says that we're going to use a rectangle that's 2 blocks high and 3 blocks wide, so I'm going to draw that first rectangle here, 2 and 3, finish out the rectangle, and the objective is to cut this size rectangle in half as many ways as you possibly can. So I'll use blue to show my cuts. Now, some things you can do, you can go diagonal, but you can't go through a block, so you got to connect them corner to corner. Alright, so I'll show you one example here, is if I go from this corner up here in the top left to this one, and then maybe I want to go straight, alright, and I see, alright, how am I going to make this be in half? Because if I cut it here, this piece down here will be too big and this one up here too small. Same thing if I go this way. To get this to go in half, I'm going to have to come down this way. Alright, so there's one way to cut it in half. Now, the question is, can you go basically the same shape, but maybe inverted? So if I have another 2 by 3, and I cut it in half, say I want to kind of do the same thing, but I want to start in the opposite corner, so like up here, and basically just make a mirror image of this one. Yes, you can do this. This is two different ones, so this would be possibility 1, and this would be possibility 2. Alright, so then you might say, well, if I have my rectangle, which is 2 by 3, that's a little bit ugly, but we can work with it. Can I cut it like this, where I start up here in this corner, and I go and connect to this corner down here? Yes, you can, because the rectangle is still perfectly broken up in half. If I had drawn it correctly, of course, that would still be broken in half, so that one is okay. Can you do basic shapes? So can I do something real simple? So if I redraw that rectangle real quick here, can I go from right here to right here? Sure can. That'll work too. Okay, so there are a whole bunch of different ways to do this. I want you guys to try it. It does have to be cut in half completely. So if you were wondering if you can do something like this with your 2 by 3 rectangle, can you break it into 3 pieces like so? No, you can't. So it's always got to be cut into two different pieces that have equal area, okay? That's it for this one. If you guys have any questions on any part of this, don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask for help.